because my number was shared online, quite a number of numbers have come to me. I've had messages from Israel, I've had messages from Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Dubai, America, Canada, Germany, and the UK. So one message that came to me was from a number from Germany, all right, that said, we are fundraising, we're raising money, we're going to make sure that we fund the invasion of all the politicians' houses, all right? So that in itself shows that there's an activity going on there. I have a friend currently in the UK, and she was invited for a gathering, and in that gathering, she's a supporter of government, right? And in that gathering, they were actually raising money, all right, to send to Kenya. That was the purpose of the gathering. So I know that that is happening. And a lot of the bloggers that are actually online, that are fueling the movement in the country right now, majority of them are actually not even living in Kenya. We know that. They're not living in the country. But for me, what is important is for us as a country to hold together, all right? I mean, I'm on the Esther dry fast, and I'm going to end it on Monday evening. The reason I'm doing the dry fast for the country is because I love this country, and every life is sacred. Every life is sacred. As I said, from 2017, 97 lives. And there are many other lives that come out of the injuries that are lost that we don't hear about. And this year, last year, almost another 60, 70 lives. We really need to understand that life is sacred. We want our youth to understand that the government is working tirelessly to ensure that we create jobs, either through direct employment, all right, or through business support and empowerment. So let us give the government the opportunity to work and deliver. We heard the Gen Zs, we heard their message, we heard their desperation. But right now we need to be able to serve the country and to safeguard the country.
Welcome to the Brown Sakwa Show. It's time for Hot Topics now. On X, there's a hashtag, Bye Passaris. Passaris is the current woman representative for County Nairobi, okay? So this hashtag has been trending for the better part of yesterday, and today it's also still on top. And when you look at some of the videos that are popping up, including the photos, there's an excerpt interview that Esther Passaris did earlier on in the day today, and it's a press briefing. So she says in the press briefing that she has discovered and she's in touch with people in diaspora, including from the UK. She also mentioned Israel and Qatar, that are allegedly funding Gen Z protest. And she's calling them out. She says she believes that all these protests that we've been experiencing in the country are not real, are not legit. They've been funded by foreigners, and so she's calling them out. She even mentioned that she spoke to someone in the UK who is a pro-government supporter who loves government, and she was telling her some of the bloggers, especially 90% of the bloggers who are pushing some of these hashtags in Kenya, are funded by people who are abroad, and also 90% of them who are creating these movements are not in the country. That's not believable. I believe these demonstrations, from the very core beginning of them from last year, they were extremely organic. People are tired of the injustices. So if there's a person really funding this protest, then they're the richest person, and this person should be the most, like, the person to be feared the most should be the person financing this protest. Because if you have the power, the autonomy to finance people in Ushago to come out to the streets and picket and demand for justice, then you're the most powerful person on earth. So point dismissed. And funny thing is, Esther Passaris was in the company of, there's this lady, including Karen Nyamu.